I probably should have finished chewing. Hold on. I gotta put you guys down. Nope. That ain't happening. Mm-mm-mm. Hold on 1 second. I need some allergen. Holy shit, I was starving. I just downed a bag of Twizzler pull-and peels. Whew. I need some hand lotion. We'll see if anybody comes up here. They're gonna be like, why is wait, what's up? What's up? What's going on? I am hold on. What time is it? It's gonna be quick. I just figured I'd stop in and say hello. I brought my son ice skating. He wanted to go ice skating with his friend. So I'm like, sure, no problem. We'll go ice skating. He'll drive you there and drop you off, whatever. So as we're getting in the car, he's like, why don't you come? I'm like, you want me to skate with you? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, no problem. So I did. I skated for like an hour and then I was starving and I decided you could have fun with your friends. I'll be in the car. So I have like a half hour, a little more than a half hour, 45 minutes. What's up? What's up? Blue nails. Yeah. They're like the kind of chromies. So I'm sitting in the car in front of the rink right now waiting for him. It ends at 10:15, I think. So I'll be sitting here. Let me take these headphones out so I don't sound like I'm screaming. How is everybody? Because it's been so long since I've been live. I was skating, but my skates need a sharpening so goddamn bad that it was terrible. Oh my god, it was horrible. Why is this thing popping up? Hold on. I never was one of those people that knew if I needed my skates sharpened, but now I could tell I was they were slipping all over. And after about an hour on the ice with people that don't know how to skate, I'm sure it happens during hockey games too, though. The ice gets so chewed up that it's so bumpy, and I hate the way it feels. So I was like, I'm out. Hey, I haven't been live in so long. I think it's been almost a week, over a week. I was away. We were away basically the weekend into part of this week, and then yeah, it's just been a busy week. Got a lot of things to do. How is everybody? What's up, Beefords? How is everybody doing? Yeah, so I haven't really been live much. Well, I've had Jesse's home. He's home from camp this week too, so we've been trying to get shit done because he starts school next week. So all right, I'm gonna turn this camera off for a minute because I want to smoke a cigarette. But yeah, he's been home from camp this week. Camp's over, so we've been doing shit, getting ready for school to start. Hey, Crystal, how you doing? So it's been pretty boring on YouTube anyway. I heard what's up, B Tim? I heard Bullhorn Betty. What the fuck is going on there? I need somebody to give me the Cliffs Notes. I know she got arrested. I heard that she went to what was it? Was it a protesting? No, not a protesting. Was it a vigil or something? I don't know. She went to something and she ended up calling the cops on somebody, and then she ended up getting arrested like a dumb fuck. So that's exciting. Fucking Bullhorn Betty getting arrested. That's so funny. What a douche. What a douche. What a fucking idiot. She's really fucking losing it, huh? I'm getting arrested. Did they hold her overnight? Because I haven't really been following it all. I know she got arrested, but did they hold her overnight arrest? Is it that type of arrest? What's up, Bowie girl? What's up, Nana Terry? Yeah, she's out of control. What are you doing, girl? I can't really keep up with it because it's I feel she must go live. How many times a day does she go live? Because I feel my YouTube feed has been filled with Bullhorn Betty shit, just fucking nonstop. It's I can't keep up with all of it. It's just it's coming out so quickly, and there's so much of it that it's hard to keep up with and tell which day is what day, and it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I wonder if she had to bend over and cough during intake. Look, when I got arrested for DWI, they made me bend over, so I'm pretty sure she probably had to. She was there for 19 hours, so almost like a full day. Oh man, could you imagine her in jail looking like a whole ass fucking Eileen Warnos with that fucking hair slicked back and shit? Oh my god, she was transferred at like 3 a.m. in the morning. Where'd they bring? What do you mean, like from the jail to the courthouse? I listened to a little bit of Burnt Toast today because I was cleaning out my flower beds because they were like, dude, they were just filled with weeds. So I was like filthy. And I just needed something to listen to. And I was listening to a little bit of her, I think it was last night's stream. I haven't really been watching much. Like I watched, you know what I found, dude? I found the most amazing fucking channel last night. You guys, I gotta find what the name is. But yo, it had old episodes of fucking Ricky Lake Show. Okay. I used to fucking love that show. The Ricky Lake Show. That shit was like my jam. That and Jenny Jones. I kind of like Jenny Jones a little better. But dude, the topics, it's so funny, okay, because it's during the early 90s, a lot of the episodes that are on this channel. There's not that many. So they got Ricky Lake on this channel and they got Temptress, which I never got into that show, but I remember it. But the Ricky Lake episodes are from the early 90s. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, like the world was so fucking different back then. It's kind of crazy to watch it. Like there's obviously a lot of shit that's going on that's the same, like things that happen in life now. But like, it's like this episode I watched today. I thought this was the weirdest thing. I'm like, how the fuck was this TV back then, right? The girlfriends, these girls went on the Ricky Lake show to show their ex-boyfriends like how they changed, you know? Like, oh, look at me now. I think that was like the title of the show. Like, oh, look at me now. You know, I changed. You can't have me. But the weird part was, is like they all had boyfriends. So I'm like, you just brought like some dude on the fucking show to like show him how you changed and you look so much better now. But like, why? You have a boyfriend. Like, just move on. Fucking weird, dude. The shit was so weird. Yeah, Ricky Lake, Sally, Jesse, Raphael. It was so fucking cool, man. I was like, it was cool to watch it and then see all like the old styles, the hair. I was like, yo, dude, was the 80s hair in the early 90s? I guess it kind of was because a lot of the people on the show had that like 80s wave going on. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, yo, I was all right. If this show was in 93, I was about Jesse's age. Like I was, well, Jesse's 11, he's almost 12. So I had to be like around like 12, 13 years old. And I'm like, did I even understand what I was watching? And you know what's really crazy about it? I noticed today in a lot of the episodes where they're talking about sexual things, they're like so worried about AIDS. And I was like, dude, you don't even hear about AIDS anymore. Like, do you remember in the 90s, it was like everything was about AIDS? I felt like. And now you don't even hear about AIDS. Like, you don't even hear about it. It's so weird. Maury Povich, you are not the father. Do you guys remember, though, when Maury Povich was like, hey, what's up, Mama Bear? Before all that shit, before he started doing the tests, you know, and he had like a real talk show. I don't know. At some point in time, the show just became like, fucking DNA tests, like just that. You know, that was the whole show, every episode. But there was like a time before that when it was like a regular talk show. I'm like, these shows are so bad, but like guilty pleasure. I fucking love them. Like they're so horrible, but they're so good. I was like, oh my God, I must have binge watched like every episode on this channel last night. I was like, where the fuck did you have this? Like, where were you hiding this? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does somebody even have this to put it on YouTube? Like, did you like work for the Ricky Lake show? Did you tape every episode? Like, how do you own this? Fucking crazy. Donahue, yes. I remember when they would do the boot camps or the crazy teens. Oh my God. There's this girl I actually watch on here and she went to one of those fucking like uh boot camp things and she talks about it. It's like really fucked up. Geraldo, yep, I remember Geraldo. I was like, oh my God, the topics though are so funny and they're like so cheesy. What was another one I watched last night? This one was kind of fucked up. You know, it's really fucked up. Ricky like walks around into the like audience and she like fucking hands the microphone out like to people like like and they just say like this girl today said the most nasty shit and I'm like you would never get away with this shit today. There was a guy who was like cheating on his wife and he's like this girl gets up in the audience and she's like, "You got one ugly bitch." They shouldn't say bitch, but she's like, "You got one ugly girl, skinny ugly girl, one fat white girl." And then she's like, and your wife is the prettiest one of all of them. And I was like, oh shit. And Ricky Lake's like, all right. She's like, we don't have to go after people's looks. But the audience is like going crazy. I'm like, you couldn't even get away with that shit these days. People would get all offended. Ricky Lake's trying to calm it down. It was just fucking crazy. Uh, I gotta find the channel. I don't remember what the name of the channel was. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I forget. And I watched an episode, I think it was last night, about, husbands and wives that are married to each other and hate each other. That shit was weird. Like, I was like, why would you go on national TV and like say this? Like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, I wonder if they got paid to do that. And that's why the people would go on the show, like especially what's his name, Jerry Springer. That shit was crazy. Like people were like fighting each other. I think a lot of it was staged. I think after a while, people caught on, and it was like, let's just go on the show, like for fame, for our 15 minutes of fame. When Geraldo was opening that tomb and everyone was worried he would release a curse. Oh, I kind of remember that. I know, right, Garden Girl? Never live on a Friday night. I'm waiting for my son to get out of. He's ice skating right now. I went ice skating with him for like an hour and a half, and then I was like, "All right, dude, I'm done. I'm fucking old." I let him and all of his friends like snow me. They were doing like hockey stops, and like my whole like face was covered in snow. I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go sit in the car." Plus, I was starving. I had to go. I took my skates off, and I'm like, I need to go get something to eat, dude. I went to 7-Eleven and grabbed like a snack because I was like, I didn't even eat dinner because I wasn't planning on staying here. Like, I literally took a shower and, got in the car and I thought I was dropping him off here. And then he's like, you want to skate with us? I'm like, really? I'm like, why not? Yeah, why not? So I went in with them. I do have a lot to catch up with Garden Girl. I've been missing some shit. I mean, I've been trying to like keep up with like some of it I can't, like the Bullhorn Betty shit, I can't keep up with, dude. There's too much. It's like I don't know. I feel like you have to be like constantly watching her to know like every little detail of every little thing that's going on. I'm like, I'm getting so confused. There's so many like court cases and this case and this one's got a restraining order and that one's got a fucking restraining order. It's like I can't keep up with all this bullshit. I do know that Laura's fucking selling fried egg fucking wax melts. I'm sorry. Laura, those suck. You suck and those suck. Bullhorn Betty going to jail. She got 6 criminal charges for harassment. Holy shit. So now what? Like, now what? Who's the 4th restraining order? You know what? Good for those fucking parents. I have been waiting for that to happen since the laundry house, dude. I have been waiting. I'm like, there is no fucking way that this shit's legal. There's no fucking way. I'm honestly kind of surprised that they got granted, but I guess because like she filmed herself stalking these people, it got granted. But I'm like, there's no way what this woman's doing is fucking legal. Like it can't be. You cannot sit outside of somebody's house and fucking harass them. You know? I don't know how, as far as like the what is it, the Bowerstocks and the Sebastian's family, I forget their name right now. Proudfoots. Is that it? How are those even granted? I mean, because again, I can't keep up with all this shit. So like, was she? I saw the video footage of her following like I don't know some grandfather guy. I don't know who he was. Okay, and like she gets out of the car and she's screaming at him, "Stop following me!" And he's like, "You're following me. Like you're behind me." Like, and she got like, is that one of the people that has the vampire teeth? Yeah, those were pretty bad. Pretty bad. Picture BHB yelling in jail, "I know my constitutional rights." She didn't go to court and live stream threatening them, and the judge watched it in court. Oh my God, bro. What is wrong with this woman? 3 were granted. All right, I knew B. Tim would have the tea here. All right, so 3 were granted because Betty dodged service the first time. The second time, she didn't show up and she got served 3 days before the hearing, and she default lost because she didn't show up. Why didn't she show up? Dude, like, she might as well move to Tennessee at this point because she's going to have to go there so much. No? How far is Tennessee from her area in Florida? Like, that's got to be like I would say to drive there, it's got to take like fucking hours, no? I'm sorry, I'm not good with my fucking southern geography. I know Tennessee is like down. Man, that's got to be a far ride, dude. That's got to be a plane kind of thing. She's got to take a plane there. I mean, I'm sure she can drive. You could drive anywhere, but that's a fucking plane trip to me. If it's like over 6 hours, it's a plane trip. I think she wants Seth too. I think she wants to fucking tap that ass. She actually, she's actually extremely ignorant and aggressive person. It's like, dude, like, what is wrong with you, man? You know what kills me about her whole situation? It's like, you don't have to be doing any of this shit. Like, it's almost like Tiffany when she got arrested at the Dunkin' Donuts. It's like, girl, you created that whole situation over a fucking drink. You literally went to Dunkin' Donuts and you tried to fucking, you were unhappy because they didn't shake your fucking drink properly. Okay. Because you didn't want to get too much sugar in your mouth. God forbid. You know what I'm saying? And you created this situation that didn't have to exist. For what, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, for what? Why put yourself in that position and just inconvenience yourself to that extent? Well, Bullhorn Betty's doing that on a much greater scale. It's like, girl, you're putting yourself in these positions. Like, you don't have to be doing all this shit. Nobody, and I mean nobody, fucking needs you doing this shit. Nobody needs you. Nobody wants you there. Oh God, everybody think of that guy. I'm sorry, Seth and like Brian St. John, they're on the same fucking level. All right, I said it. I fucking said it. All right. They're on the I wouldn't fuck you if you were the last person on the fucking planet and the human race depended on it fucking level. That's where they're at. Sorry. I just said it. I said it. You know what I'm saying? If God himself came down and was like, Liana, you have to fuck this person, to save humanity, I'd be like, sorry, man, just send me to fucking hell. I'm going. Okay? Thanks. Just fucking send me there. I'll fucking do a dive. I'll go head first into that shit. Could they not be fucking twins? I'm sorry. Can they not be twins? Even like their fucking attitudes are the same. Like where it's like they're the martyrs and the victims. I don't know. All right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't even mention that man's name. I'm sorry. I shouldn't mention his name. Seth is a bit odd. He met Katie, his ex-wife, when she was 12 and he was 21. That's fucking weird, dude. And then they got married when she was 18. Hold on a second. All right, my parents were 12 years apart, but they met as adults. I mean, my mom was young when I think about it. My mom was 20 something. My dad was in his 30s. I guess, but to meet him at 12. Doesn't Seth have a mullet though, kind of? A little? Katie said she had a miscarriage before she was 18. What the fuck did she see in that guy though? Ugh. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. God, man, I gotta shut the fuck up sometimes. TM is probably still crying over Benny being kicked off the internet. So there are some people that are creeped out by Seth. Yeah, that's a little weird. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. And again, I haven't kept up with all the things Seth. I do know this. I've watched enough clips that Betty Bullhorn's like, they need to clear Seth. And I'm like, they're not going to fucking clear this guy. I watched an interview. I think he go on Vinnie Politan's Seth and that fucking bald guy, Tony something. Okay. I think I watched this like last week at some point, right? How are you going to clear the guy when there's nothing to clear him from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, a crime hasn't, there's no crime. They don't know of a crime. They just know that a kid is missing and he got out of his house somehow. But there's no crime right now. So there's like, clear him from what exactly? From the disappearance of his son? They can't really do that just yet. How do they know that Seth doesn't have a third party, or right? Says he was at work that night. How do they know? And I'm going maybe a little tinfoil hat over here, but like, how do they know that he didn't like tell Sebastian to sneak out of his house, right, and meet him somewhere at a certain time? Like they were gonna do some like adventurous, fucking trip at night or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like uh survivalist shit. It's odd. The guy's odd. He's weird. Not saying he had anything to do with it. I'm saying that I don't think it's at a point yet where you could clear anybody until the kid is found. Until you find out what happened to the kid, nobody can be cleared. And what does he need to be cleared for exactly? Because I keep hearing Betty say that, and then the guy Tony Mathis, is that his name? Judge Mathis over there. I heard him saying it, and I'm like, you can't really clear somebody when they're not. There's nothing to clear them from at this point. Tony Mathis, Mathis, Seth. Oh my God, it's too many S's. Beats him. I'm my list over here. PR guy brought Betty in. Oh, and are Betty and him like? Are they not cool anymore? Then Tony accidentally showed his penis on a live show. Oh, I remember that. I don't know if that was his peen, but he also has been working secretly to dox people and go after people. That's a fucking douchey move. I remember the peen thing. Betty and Seth are the same people. I feel Seth should be grateful for attention. Yeah, his teenagers got. You're right. You're right. He wants to be cleared to get more money. What did he spend $50,000 on, B Tim? Oh, it was a peen? Oh, well, I thought it was just like a shadow or something. What the fuck, dude? Why would you show your dick? What the fuck is wrong with these people? They keep saying that it's a cold case, but it's only been 6 months, and the FBI just put up a $50,000 reward for information. Because they probably got to a point in the investigation where it's like, all right, like now we need the public's help. Like we can't figure this shit out. There's got to be somebody out there that knows something. Here's some reward money. It usually never does anything. People get all crazy, especially on here, about the fucking reward money. And it's like, dude, usually the reward money, nothing comes of it. Nothing. Sadly enough. I don't trust them either. But I haven't been keeping up with it because I'm like, look, when there is some new information to be, let out in the case, then I'll pay attention. Right now, it's just people arguing, and it's the dad. I feel like he's a little, attention hungry. I definitely, when this all first started, I said it on my live stream. I said, no, the dad, he could be a little shady too, because he's like a little too up in the mix. I was listening to they released like the Madeline Soto. They released a lot of the interviews. Okay, the initial interviews. People are starting to slowly but surely put them up on their channels and stuff. And so I was listening to an interview the other day, and the cops are actually telling them not to help search for the kid. They were actually telling them not to help in the search. I forget exactly who it was that they were talking to. It was a family member. And I was like, oh, you see, like they don't necessarily want the parents searching. So, and they had a whole explanation for why. I wish I remember exactly who they were talking to. But I remember listening to it and thinking in my head, you see, you got all these people on YouTube that are like, oh my God, the dad's not out searching. The parents aren't out searching. And you don't know what the police asked them to do. If the police asked them to be there or not be there. I think more cases than not, they don't want the parent there. They don't want a parent finding their kid in, a horrible condition like that. Oh, that case definitely is infuriating. Look, I didn't want to. Yes, Grizzly, that's who I'm watching. I don't want to. I really tried hard to reserve judgment on the mom, and I'm still like, I'm very, um, I still don't know if she was complicit in the murder part. I mean, can we blame her for sending her daughter to sleep with this guy? Yeah, that's fucking weird, dude. I don't even if it was the dad, I don't know. I think there's a certain age where like daughters just shouldn't sleep with their dads. And she was 13, and I think she was way past that age. Especially to be sleeping with a fucking boyfriend of yours. That's fucking weird, dude. Fucking weird. One person not to search. They don't want the parents. Right. That's what I'm saying. Imagine finding your kid and he's been like, God forbid, just laying in a lake somewhere, like, or any of those types of situations. You don't want to fucking remember your kid like that. I'm conflicted about the murder conspiracy, but she was negligent oh, no, she was 100%. Look, I think that if she's not involved in some way, I'm talking about Jen Soto, I think that she is at the very least, okay? She was so buried in her own issues, her own mental issues, her medication. Sounds like there was a lot of selfishness going on there, you know? Um, that maybe she just wasn't paying attention to the signs. I don't know. But okay, listening to the interviews, they interviewed the school guidance counselors and all these other people, okay? And listening to them, that this girl was just showing symptoms of trauma and nobody was picking up on it. And I wouldn't expect them to because she was diagnosed with ADHD. And so a lot of the symptoms she was having, a lot of things she was going through in school, like the anxiety and the inability to focus, could just be written off to that. You're like, oh, all right. But that's also a symptom of trauma. And it's just so sad that this little girl just didn't have somebody that she could go to and tell before it got to this point. She didn't have, I guess, an older trusted adult in her life that she could tell. It's just so sad. So sad. And you know what fucked me up the worst about this? They're living in like a 4-bedroom condo, I think it was. I know there, yeah, because the one bedroom that he was staying in, I think, was labeled number 4. This poor little girl didn't have a fucking room for herself. She didn't have her own bedroom. And I'm like, how do you not give your kid a room? Now it makes sense to me why she was sleeping with the mom all the time. Her bedroom was literally a bed that was behind like those those like dividers that like zigzag whatever. Like that's what was in her room. That was her bedroom. Just blocking like, and then there's a fucking table right next to the divider thing. There's like a little kitchen table kind of thing, like a dinette. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like this little girl was just like put behind, it was almost like curtains. Like there's no privacy in that. There's no door. And it's like there's strangers living in this house. Jen Soto had all these roommates, living there. I think that was part of the deal for her to like be able to live there herself because the father owned it, was to have roommates to help, I guess, pay the rent or whatever. And so she had all these fucking weird people living in there. And of course this little girl's not going to want to sleep in a room, that's pretty much a common area in the house. Oh, it's so sad, man. Yeah, she said they all slept together, but I don't blame her for sleeping in the mom's bed because, who would want to sleep in a living room like that where there's strangers who live there that are kind of passing through the house? Like, how do you even get sleep? I'm sure these strangers had jobs and had to get up at different times. And you know what I'm saying? Or they're in the kitchen fixing themselves a snack or whatever. And it's like, how could you sleep right there? I mean, why wasn't that one of the stipulations? I have to kind of blame the grandfather if he owned the place. Like, I'd be like, look, you could live here, but you need to have your own room. And She needs to have her own room, and then you rent the other 2 rooms out or whatever. But to like be okay with this little girl sleeping behind a divider when there's fucking strange people living in the house, I'm sorry. No. It's not like there wasn't room in the house for her to have her own bedroom. Stefan, fucking creep of all creeps, was living in his own, he had his own room up there. Oh my God. It's just, dude, it's so fucking infuriating. So, like, even if that little girl slept down there, like, that gave him such easy access to her because she wasn't even in a room with a door. You know what I'm saying? With a lock. She was like literally in the living room behind one of those cheesy dividers that you could just push out of the way. And boom, there's their access to a 13-year-old girl who's sleeping. And I think he was drugging her. I absolutely think he was giving her shit to make her sleep because, oh my God, the photos. I don't know what's with these fucking creeps, okay, by the way, because they like to do shit to people while they're sleeping, and it's so fucking weird because this isn't the first time I heard about this kind of shit. But, like, he was drugging that poor little girl. Yeah. Did you guys see that one picture? I wish I could show you, but I'm on my phone right now. Did you guys see that one picture of him? Oh, my God. It sent chills through my spine. He's, like, staring up, and his eyes are just fucking black. Like there is just nothing there. There's nothing. Oh my God, so creepy looking. And I'm not usually like that when I see like pictures of killers. Oh my God, you guys hear that? Oh, there's a guy driving through the parking lot with a fucking bullhorn. Holy shit, Betty Bullhorn's boyfriend's here. Yo, dude. No. Hold on. What? There's literally. What the fuck, dude? All right, that was weird. Betty Bullhorn's boyfriend here with a bullhorn. You guys hear that? Well, he's leaning out of a Tesla, but oh my God, the picture is so creepy though, dude. Oh my God, so creepy. His eyes, ugh, it's chilling. And I'm not usually like that because I know a lot of people like, sometimes you just look at these people and you're like, whatever, they look like fucking people. And people you'll see like in the comments are like, oh my God, he's so creepy, and you're like, all right, dude, I think you're being a little dramatic. Like, no, this shit was creepy looking. Like his eyes are fucking black. Like there's no I can't explain it. You guys know what I'm talking about. You look in people's eyes and there's just like nothing there. Oh, it's very scary. No child should ever have to go through what that little girl went through from the age of 8. 8. It's so disgusting that to think that somebody would even think of an 8-year-old that way. Yeah, no, I would never have strangers like that in my house. No thanks. Yes, Wade Wilson has those same black shark eyes. He's like, see, like with him, I don't find him creepy. I feel like he's putting on a show. He's putting on a show. It's like this murderer persona. He's trying to act all cool and tough in fucking jail, in the sentencing. You know what I'm saying? He got the stupid tattoos on his face. What a waste of a good looking guy, you know? I really watch football on TV. My best man's son is playing football, and I got hollered at from my husband in the living room because he missed to make a touchdown. Oh man, that's not good. What's up, Moonchild? Yeah, so I've been watching a lot of that shit. I haven't really been paying attention to like anything that's going on otherwise. Bullhorn Betty, I just can't keep up with, and quite frankly, I could only take so much of her before she starts. I see Molly go lightly on the Bullhorn Betty train. She's like, let me fucking jump on that shit. She's been reviewing her because I see Kool-Aid keeps posting videos, but I just haven't like watched them because I'm just like, I don't care what she has to say. You're just as fucking bad. I think I watched like one of them You were out there with her. So, like, how the fuck could you sit there and criticize what she's doing you know what I'm saying? Like, who gives a shit what you have to say? You were out there doing the same shit that she does. And if you weren't married, I just have this kind of feeling that if you weren't fucking married and didn't have to rely on your husband, you would probably be 10 times worse. Like, you have to somewhat behave yourself because you're married and, you don't want to fuck that up. So you have to somewhat, have some kind of standards. Like, you can't completely fucking embarrass Wally because he'll divorce you and then you'll be out on your ass. So I get it. But she's pretty much just as bad. I mean, I don't know how you support that guy. I don't care how cute he is or good looking he is. He's a fucking psychopath. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, she's just as bad as Bullhorn Betty. The fuck out of here. So, how many of you guys are ordering the fucking eggs? I need to know. How many of you guys are be ordering the fucking egg? I just gotta say something. I gotta get off here in like 2 minutes. But first of all, Laura, your fucking skills have not improved all that much in 3 years, and that's pretty fucking bad. Okay, that's number one. Number two, why are you putting I don't understand putting that much work into a wax melt because first of all, wax melts are not meant to be like displayed, like a candle is. You could put a candle on display and never fucking burn the thing. I have tons of candles in my house that are just sitting there, never burnt. I never burn them because they're part of my decor that I have. So it's like they sit on the candle holder and then that's it. I have no intention of ever burning them. I bought them with the intention of never fucking burning them. They're just going to sit there for decoration purpose. But like wax melts, the purpose of wax melts is to melt them so that the fucking air is filled with fragrance. So to put all this work into something, it's going to fucking melt in one shot. Like, it's just going to melt and that's it. It's gone. Bye-bye. I guess, I don't know. I guess you could say the same thing about food, though, right? People put all this work into cakes and then they just get eaten. But I'm like, I mean, it's a lot of fucking work for like something that you keep literally in a container usually until you fucking use it. Like it just doesn't make sense to me. So I'm like, you're doing all this work and it still hasn't gotten better. You still haven't learned that you have to clean your fucking molds, okay, in between colors so the colors don't get all over the other colors. Like, I just don't get it, bro. How you not figured this basic shit out in 3 years, man? 3 years. Fucking crazy. Oh, darn, you aren't talking about the candle maker lady. I know, right? I obviously wasn't on here because I guess she hasn't been live. So obviously I can't go live unless Laura's here. I didn't even know she wasn't here because I wasn't really on here giving a fuck about her. I was away for 3 days. So 4 days, sorry. So yeah, I wasn't worried about what Laura was doing. But anyway, I did see her fucking egg pictures and they're just bad, dude. Just bad. It's just all fucking bad. From far away, you might look at it and be like, oh, cool. And then when you start looking at things, like actually looking, and you're like, holy shit, bro. It's bad. But hey, she seems to think she's going to get rich. I personally think if she hasn't been here in a week, it's because she maybe either found a job or maybe she decided to do like Uber or Uber Eats, right? To make some money, to make up for the lost income as she has. Yeah, you would think there would be an improvement. I mean, there's a slight improvement, like a very small improvement, but not too much. Not enough to not enough. Not enough in 3 years. If I was doing something like that for 3 years and I didn't see my skills advancing, I would just give up. Like when I played the piano when I was younger, I felt like I just got to a certain point where I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be fucking Mozart, or did he even play a fucking piano? Liberace. Maybe that's the piano guy. Fucking Billy Joel, Alicia Keys, whatever. Okay. I'm never going to be that. I'm not that good at this. So like, I just don't think there's any point of me going on with this anymore. I don't think I'm going to get better at it. Can you show us? No, I can't because I'm on my phone. You have to go on her community page. It's on her community page. Or if you're a member on my channel, I made a little commentary video for you guys. But yeah, just bad, dude. Just fucking bad. Bad. It's terrible. It's fucking awful. They're awful. Anyway, all right, I gotta get off here because I gotta go get my son. But it was lovely catching up with you guys. The Uber, right? Maybe she's doing Uber driving or something. I can't picture her doing Uber Eats because I just can't picture her like handing people bags. But maybe she picked up some like little side hustle like that. And that's why. Or maybe she just realizes that she's such a piece of shit that nobody fucking wants to watch her. Maybe that's it. But all right, guys. I am going. I probably won't be back this much this weekend because I got a busy weekend ahead of me. But next week I'll definitely try to be back on my, regular. Did I just say regular? I'm on a more regular schedule. Whether Laura's here or not, I might. I'll be live like normal, like in the morning and shit, like I normally do. But it's just I've been away and I've been pretty busy last couple of days. So anyway, I will definitely catch up with you guys. It was good talking to you guys. And yes, have a happy and safe Labor Day weekend and enjoy it. This summer's over. Oh my God. But I'm kind of excited. I'm kind of into fall. So all right. I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys sometime next week. All right. Have a good weekend, guys. Be safe. No drinking and driving. Remember, Laura will come pick you up in her Uber. That's my theory. She's an Uber driver. I don't know if that's true, but let's just go with it. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Sorry. All right. Bye.